We know exactly what's going to happen in the second half of the season. We've not only seen the script, we've written the script. And
We've seen the future. Yes. We can tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah. Me as segment producer of the second half of the NHL season, I was assigned the San Jose Sharks and Macklin Celebrini. Mm-hmm. So I decided that my bold prediction is that Macklin Celebrini will finish the season with more goals and probably more points than Connor Bedard.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he already has more goals. He's got one more goal in 10 less games.
He's got more help than Bedard does with the Chicago Blackhawks.
Which is crazy to think, right, given what the Blackhawks did in the offseason.
That's why every time someone talks to Bedard in the locker room, he's got a 1,000-foot stare and he looks like he's questioning his life decisions.
Yeah.
Because the San Jose Sharks are closer to contention than Chicago is. Here's my question to you. Is Celebrini a better player overall than Bedard in 5 years?
In 5 years, entirely possible. However, I think in that 5 years, we're going to get a big change in scenery. I'm not saying team. I'm saying personnel for Bedard. No, I'm not saying Bedard is going to get traded to New York or something like that. What I am saying is Connor Bedard has had, 12 or 13 line mates where he's played over 30 minutes with so far this season. Mm-hmm. That's not going to continue. Connor Bedard is going to find some consistency. They're going to find consistency that works. And optimally, on paper, Bedard still has the higher ceiling. We're going to see that ceiling. So Bedard might still get the edge in 5 years. But right now, it's a lot of fun to talk about how awesome Celebrini is, especially the way Bedard is going so far.
Stay here to hear first, folks. Change of scenery for Connor Bedard from Arda Ocal. Yep. Everybody in Vancouver get very excited. He's coming home. Arda says he's coming home.
Yes, for Pettersson.
For Pettersson. Speaking of Vancouver, my bold prediction, Quinn Hughes wins back-to-back Norrises. Why is this bold? Because no one ever wins the Norris back-to-back. It's a new flavor type award. And then also, keep in mind that one of the top three candidates right now is somebody who's not won before. It's Zach Werenski. So I feel like the fact that Quinn won last year is going to be a knock on him in the eyes of some voters. They like to kind of freshen it up a little bit. I mean, even it's been a few years since Makar won, so if he's in contention, which he is, maybe he gets it. But I just think that the argument that will be made for Quinn Hughes, especially from our friends in Vancouver, about how much different the Canucks are when he is on the ice versus off the ice, which is to say an NHL team versus an AHL team when he's on or off the ice, I think it's going to really resonate. And I think that Quinn Hughes not only should get some MVP love, Arda, but I think he's got a really good chance to win the Norris again, and I think he will.
The numbers are staggering, as you mentioned, on the ice versus off the ice. Here's my question to you. Would it be an instant lock if it was not Quinn Hughes in the same exact season? If it was a different defenseman, just pick one that had not won the Norris. Doing Quinn Hughes numbers right now in this conversation, would it be a lock for that defenseman?
I think so, which is weird to say because I think that Werenski's kind of getting to that case.
Right.
If the Jackets make it, he could easily win the Norris, I think. He's been that good.
Narrative-wise, Werenski, to me, gets a nod because of that.
But I think Quinn's been great. My other bold prediction, you know what I'm going to say here, folks? I'm going to say the New York Rangers make the playoffs.
What?
I know, and this is going to be a lot. Greg, the Devil fan, is mushing the Rangers. Whatever, I don't care. Here's the bottom line for me. They've got better goaltending than everyone else Arda mentioned in that whole thing before about the East playoff race. I think their power play has proven to be good enough to carry them a long distance in the standings. Are they good at 5-on-5? No, they suck. That's why they're going to probably retool the entire team over the next calendar year. But for this playoff race right now, they have a 26% chance of making the playoffs. And I think that they're going to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference as a wild card, Arda.
I think the doom and gloom for the Rangers is because they are not leading the Metro. The fact that they have fallen so far down is the reason for concern. But the East is such a gauntlet. I'm calling it East-ageddon for a reason here.
Yeah.
Every team is in play, including the Rangers.
My issue with that prediction is the fact that if they aren't in contention by the trade deadline, you could see Kreider leave, you could see maybe Condrey Miller leave. Like, you could see them retooling on the fly, and that ain't good for the prediction. But on paper, I think they're better than the majority of the teams that are in the mix in the East. And ultimately, we'll probably squeak into the playoffs, lose in the first round, and then we'll have a really fun summer as to see what Chris Drury does.
You know who scored a lot of goals against the New York Rangers? Alex Ovechkin. Second most goaltender he scored on, Henrik Lundqvist.
Whoa.
Most is Marc-Andre Fleury. Why am I bringing up Alex Ovechkin? My bold prediction, perhaps saying he's going to beat Gretzky for the goal record is not necessarily a bold prediction.
No.
I'm going to parlay two records. Ovi's not only going to break that record,
Okay.
he's going to pass 872, but he's also going to pass 178, which is the amount of goaltenders that he has currently scored on in the NHL. He is currently tied with Jaromir Jagr in that record. One more fresh new goalie, just one goal, will make him the most all-time in goaltenders scored on. And there are only 37 goalies, Wish, that Ovi has scored exactly one goal against.
Wow.
Yeah.
My bold prediction on your bold prediction is that Ovechkin's goals record will not be broken in the next 25 years, but the number of goalies scored on record will fall. That's my bold prediction. Everybody come back here in about 25 years, see if Greg's right.
Yeah.
But that's my prediction.
We will be back here on the drop. Maybe a couple more gray hairs.
Beamed into your mind through our devices.
That's right, yes. We will be via hologram, and we will tell you about that.